Oh man, it's time to get a little bit controversial in this place. Let's do it, guys. It's your boy Beaky with the Untitled Game Show back once again with another potentially rant and complimented EA. Let's get into it first. So 2 days ago, I made two videos on Star Wars Battlefront 2. Basically saying that I'm not going to buy the game, I'm not supporting their system, and me and my 5 other friends that were going to get the game were not going to do it as well. I deleted those videos, right? Well, one's unlisted, one's deleted. And I got asked by Techno Dong, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, what happened to the videos. And I basically explained after I saw the AMA that the developers went ahead and tried to answer some questions, I was pretty much disappointed, and I felt like the AMA didn't answer any real questions. It didn't answer what the progression system was going to be like in the future. It didn't try to answer like how long it really took to unlock everything. Are they going to fix anything? The AMA was a basically complete disaster, right? In my opinion, in answering our gamers' question. With that, I was just so discouraged. So, like, I just don't want to promote this game. I don't want to make videos about this game. There's nothing we could say at this point that's going to make EA not want to take our money as gamers or stop in-game purchases. I just thought after that AMA, I thought that was it. I thought we lost. And this is the other thing. You guys remember I talked about the Star Wars starter pack. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about here, well, on my Twitter account, I will try to bring it up for you guys right now. There's a little Star Wars Battlefront 2 starter pack that gives you an advantage over players. I made a video about that not too long ago, and I was like, this is pay to win as well. Now, we'll get back to what actually just recently happened. On my Twitter, I get a little message, where is it? 44 minutes ago, right? From Bojizia, awesome YouTuber and just a cool around guy, right? Playing Nintendo games and just having fun. He sends me this. Now, I haven't been really paying attention to Twitter lately or anything, and I see this coming from EA. And let's read what it says and go ahead into why you still should be a little bit cautious with EA going forward if you're still thinking about buying this game before midnight. Let's just get into it real quick. Today, we turned off in-game purchases for Star Wars Battlefront 2. The game is built on your input, and it will continue to evolve and grow. Read the full update. So let's read what actually this little statement right over here says. As we approach the worldwide launch, it's clear that many of you feel that there is still challenges in the design. We heard the concerns about potentially giving players unfair advantages. Now, this is very important. I'm going to come back to this. Unfair advantages. And we've heard that this is overshadowing an otherwise great game. And from everything I see, the story is okay, but kind of meh. Why are you throwing in old school characters instead of just focusing on a new character? But that's besides the point. Let's keep going. This was never our intention. We're sorry we didn't get this right. Yeah, I'm sure your intentions was make money. Let's all be real right here. We hear you loud and clear, so we're turning off in-game purchases. Now, guys, if I even thought there was a possibility this would happen, I wouldn't even deleted my videos. And on this one, I just thought there was no possibility in the world that EA would have any type of pride in their product to want to do this. I just thought they were going to throw dice under the bus and be like, we want to make our money from loot boxes. I just thought there was no way they would do something like this. So I'm stunned by that. And I got to give EA at least a little bit for, even if it's only, literally it is 3 hours until the launch of the game. I mean, this statement came out on Twitter 4 hours. 4 hours. It took them 4 hours before the launch to finally put this out. Now that's a really cutting it close. Really, really cutting it close. But I still am just giving them a little bit of credit. Like, you actually listened. The backlash actually made you say, like, maybe we should just turn off the in-game purchases for a while. At least that would just stop the initial flood. But there's still problems. Let's read the rest of the statement. Because there is actually a lot to go into, because there is still another problem that we still have to address as gamers and be concerned if you're still thinking about buying this game. Because I actually think there's more to just doing this 4 hours before the game becomes live. We'll get into it in a second. Okay, this means that the option to purchase crystals, the in-game is now offline. So you can't purchase crystals, and all progression will be earned through gameplay. No, that's not actually true, and we'll get to that in a second. All right, guys. The ability to purchase crystals in game will become available later date. The only after we have made changes to the game, we'll share some more details. Okay, so I just want to address some certain things. Unfair advantages, those words, right? And the ability to purchase crystal is now be offline. The only after okay no where it says this means that the only option to purchase crystals and games and all that and all progression will be earned through gameplay. And all progression. No, that's technically not true. Now, why do I say that? So I made a little reply to Bojeezy to point out something very clear that we as gamers just need to be careful of, and it's marketing. It just could be the stem in this tide. Disney might have told EA like, "Yo, this is going bad with the Star Wars name, and we need to be careful." Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget about this. Don't forget about this, right? So forget what I said in the tweet. This is what's really important right here. This little starter pack thing coming from EA, and because this little starter pack thing gives people extra crystals and all that jazz. Let me make it big and show it to you guys right now. If you go to GameStop.com, you know what? I will bring up a browser window right now to show you guys this. I don't even want this to be something where you guys think I'm just, messing around and making it so that I'm just trying to shit on EA. We're going to do this live. I'm going to open up a browser window on Gmail. There you go, Chrome. Let's write in Star Wars Battlefront 2 starter pack, right? And here's GameStop first. Now I'm gonna do GameStop first for a reason. This is the PlayStation 4 one. You could still buy this right now for regular price. What does this do, right? What does this do? You can still spend $14 for this right now. It says, get 3-star cards that improve your defensive ability. So this is giving you 3 rare star point cards and giving you 1,500 crystals right off the bat. So you still could pay for unfair advantage. You could just go here and do it there. Let's try to see if this is on the PSN store too or the Xbox Live store. And yep, here we go. So let's go to the store. Has this been taken down yet? Let's see. Let's go with microtransaction. Looks like they have actually pulled it from the PSN store because it used to be down here. So actually looks like we might actually have taken it. Let's try Xbox Live. XBL. What would be Xbox Live Store? What would it be actually called? Windows Store? Microsoft Store. Okay, here we go. Let's click here. Oh, nope, it's still on Xbox, and this is 4 hours till the game launches. So these starter packs there. So it looks like it's taken out for the PSN store. GameStop still has it. Microsoft has it. I don't see it on PSN, but I might have just looked it wrong. Let's look for Origin. Let's see if Origin still has this there, because this is a pay-to-win thing. Oh, nope, they took it off of Origin. So it looks like they are right now currently taking this stuff down from certain websites. But until it's completely gone, which I can't say for sure it's going to be gone, because they only say right now they're stopping the purchase of crystals. But that thing is still available on GameStop.com. And that means that people still could buy that on GameStop. They still could buy it on the Microsoft Store and get an advantage over other people. Now, the only reason I bring this up, it's not really just to hear shit on EA like, oh, they haven't done anything good or anything like that. It's just I want people to be cautious with this statement. This statement says that they might bring it. They don't say that they won't bring it back. It doesn't say that the loot box system is completely gone from the game for in-game upgrades. It just basically says that they're going to be tweaking everything. And that's all they're ever going to do is just say that they're going to tweaking everything. This is the first time they've actually done something I think that's significant and just completely halted. You can't give them money anymore. But we need more than that. We need more than you just giving us, not giving you money. I need a statement at this point that just says we are removing all star cards from the loot boxes, and the only thing you get in loot boxes are cosmetic lightsabers and different Imperial costumes and different shaders for your equipment or your characters. That type of stuff players would be more okay with. I'm not saying it's the best and ideal system, but I still do understand that developers and publishers wants to make money and you have to support them. But if they did something like that, that's where I could be like, okay, if they just would have said something like that during the AMA, I would have gave them more confidence. If they would have even said this, why did it take till 4 hours before the game comes out to put out a statement like this? It's so weird, because to me at this point it's like things must have got really heated in some boardroom at EA. Like somebody was up there late at night you're 4 hours away from your East Coast release of this game, and you're like, this is when we're gonna put out the statement. This is when we're gonna share this. Like, somebody out there was like, we need to do something about this negative press immediately. Immediately. Like, it's bad. And the unfortunate thing about this, right? Even reviewers who have been waiting to review the game, they technically are not even going to be able to say, like, oh, well, it's a great game now because that you can't pay for anything, because this is just a halt. This could be even something EA is doing, like, okay, we have already had some bad reviews. Maybe we want to get some better reviews, especially DICE. Who knows? Because if you guys remember, the deal between Respawn and EA is that their bonuses, some of them is going to be tied to Metacritic and, those other aggregate, or however you say that word, score. So, like, if a score gets over, let's say 90, they get a huge bonus. If you get over 80, get a huge bonus. If it goes over 70, not as much. So, what if the overall score for Battlefront 2 was going to affect DICE's bonus, and DICE was like, nah, I'm not having none of this. You got to change this system so that once the game comes out on Friday, for those game reviewers or those YouTubers, because there's going to be YouTubers who review this as well, who were on the fence because they couldn't get an early copy of whatever reason you didn't get it early, you don't have access EA or because you play on PS4 and the Switch and not on PC or Xbox One, and you didn't have access to it early. I don't have access to it early, and I'm a YouTuber, so there you go. I'm not getting the game anyways. But my point being here is, like, this could be a method that they're thinking, like, we do this, we'll get better reviews because they'll be able to just review the game for what's in the game itself. But the problem is, the progression system is still in the loot boxes. Like, they should have been able to see this months ago. Like, from the closed beta, they should have been able, like, okay, we're going to just take this stuff out of the loot boxes. Take the star cards out. Just make it cosmetic. And that will allow people to experience the game the way they want to experience it. And all the stuff they have done just makes gamers feel a little iffy. Especially with the whole entire, now when you beat the story mode, you get less credits. Instead of getting to 20,000, now you get 5,000. So it's like, okay, I thought I was supposed to get this credit to get, like, save up for Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, or whatever. But, like, no, you have to use the credit to get the character you played in the story mode with. But then why don't you just give the character from the story mode directly after beating, like, when you beat a campaign, you unlock something. So, like you beat Uncharted 2, you unlock Fat Drake, something like that. I'm just saying, saying with you, like, instead of giving somebody 10,000 credits to unlock Fat Drake, you just give them Fat Drake. Like, just give them it. Just give them for playing through your game. Give them a thank you screen, the credits, and say, hey, you've unlocked Fat Drake or Fat Darth Vader, whatever it might be. Now, all I'm saying to everybody out there, don't think this is the end of it. And now that I finally feel like our words have made some type of difference, and I'm sorry, guys, I so truthfully didn't think it would. I just really thought that there was nothing we would have said to make EA change their mind. And it's just truth. I really didn't think it was possible. And really, it's because of the whole entire situation with the freaking that starter pack. That starter pack just so much convinced me that if EA is going to be selling something like this for $14.99, GameStop, Origin, all these places have this up on there. Like, why would you ever, like, they're going to want this $14.99. They're going to want people who don't even want to do the deal, the loot box, just pay $14.99, just get an instant jump start that way too. Like, I know it's not the greatest deal ever, but it's not the greatest star cards ever, but I just feel like once I saw this, I was like, they're not going to change it. Are they going to really pull this off of shelves? Can they pull this off of shelves? Because I don't know. Like, has GameStop bought these in their inventory? So GameStop's going to sell these anyways? So there is still a way for people to buy some type of advantage in front of you who are going to buy the game at midnight. It's just all type of crazy. And then on another thing too is, like, right now if you go over to YouTube, right, you see the people who... No, I'm not trying to shit on other YouTubers. Don't even start that type of stuff. But if you go to YouTube and you just do a quick search, YouTube search, you can just see tons of videos that are just nothing but loot box openings and, just people complaining about it. Of course, Angry Joe, but, like, if you just Google, like, Battlefront 2 loot boxes, I'm like, you'll see tons of people who are just constantly opening these things, and this is back when it was still for paid money. So what about the people who have already spent their money into the system? Now, I'm pretty sure that those are transactions they're probably not going to refund. And I don't even know if it's right for people to get refunds on those transactions because they paid their money, they got those star cards. It's like, are EA is going to take the equipment away from those players? I doubt it. So those players are out of their money, and that's kind of almost their own fault. Why did you spend $100 or whatever it might have been on loot boxes when this big controversy was going to happen? But I've seen other YouTubers out there saying like, "Oh, I don't care. I got the money. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be okay with it." It's just a shame that something that I wanted to play because of the space combat, like I said before, was just devoted down to this system. Like when I heard one player who said he spent like $100 something and then he got this really crazy upgraded fighter ship that turned faster, shoot faster, take less. I'm like, well, if you could do everything faster than me by 30%, like, how do I have any chance of picking up this game on Friday and be better than you? And these are people who've already done this. These are people who have been doing this since the early release of the games because of the deluxe edition, which they were even selling the deluxe edition in stores. If you guys didn't know this, you know, like sometimes you buy a deluxe edition online and you get to play it a few days early. Well, no, this is something that actually was in stores as well. You could go into a store like Target and they would have like a deluxe edition out where you could just pick up in stores and buy it early instead of buying it on the regular Friday. Like, you know, that's just like another interesting thing that EA was doing. So there are people out there who already have a high head of you advantage. And just remember, when you go into this game in the system where it is right now, they're going to have that advantage if you go ahead and buy it at 12 o'clock. And I know it's going to be perfectly fine for some players. Some players are going to see this pause of microtransaction and just think everything's perfectly fine and be like, yeah, okay, let's buy it now. But this is what I'm going to just suggest to everybody out there. Let's wait and see how they tweak it. Wait, just give EA 2 weeks to iron out the bugs, decide on what the actual system is going to look like. Is it all going to be cosmetics in the loot boxes? And with that, play the game. Like, if that's how it is, great. Or in 2 weeks or a month or however long EA takes, is it just going to go right back to basically the same system it already has, where you have to go into randomized loot boxes to unlock stuff, instead of where it would be like you play the game for 10 hours and now you finally unlock, I don't know if 10 hours or whatever, you finally unlock something cool, you know, the 4th level of a star card. Like, you know, it just goes along with level progression and just have some fun with it like that. Like, if it's like that, then... Or they could even do it like this, where they'd be like a happy medium, maybe for some people, not for me, but some people out there, like, oh, they increase the value of credits you get after matches to the point that it's amazing, so you almost never have to spend money on star cards, the loot boxes to get star cards. Like, they just give you a lot of credits after each match, each mode. They could do it like that, but still leave all of the items in the loot boxes, like star cards, for epic and... well, not epic, like, you know, level 3, level 2, level, you know, and then leave all that stuff in there for people to get. Like, that's still a little, like, you know, somebody with a lot of money could instantly buy the game and just get a lot of pretty decent stuff and jump in and have an advantage versus you, who has to play the game for a specific amount of time to get the amount of credits to buy the same amount of loot boxes. So all that's really tricky, and I think really the only compromise we could do here, EA, is just that you remove anything that has to do with direct gameplay out of your loot boxes. As this is a multiplayer game, remove that stuff and just let cosmetics and shaders be in those loot boxes. There are going to be people out there who want to get a blue lightsaber, or a lightsaber that switches between blue and red every time you swing it. Who knows? And let them buy that stuff. You still have your loot boxes. You still have some way of making money, and the gamers out there who wants to support that, support that. Like, you know, I understand that gamers are fickle folks, but there are lots of games that just do loot boxes with cosmetics, and those games are successful. They just really are. So it's up to EA now. It's in their court, and it's in our court in a way to make sure that we are very hesitant. We don't take one victory as a victory as a whole. We still have to see what EA directly is going to do with their whole entire statement right here. This is just a start. It seemed, only thing I'm really sad about is just they could have just did this so much better. Like, they did the AMA a few days ago. They could have just said this during the AMA. They could have did this during the AMA. The AMA would have went over so much better. They would have gotten so much better goodwill. More people would have been happy with them and how this whole entire situation is working out. But they just waited till 4 hours before the game finally comes out and have everybody, even me, second guessing and just like seeing all the negative press from mainstream websites, seeing Disney linked to gambling and stuff like that. Like, Nobody wants to think about Star Wars and gambling. People want to think about Star Wars and cool epic adventures in space and taking down crazy battles in dogfights in space. You know, like that's what I want to think about. Lightsabers clashing together. Not having to see statements like this hours before the game releases. If they would have came on Reddit, put this up there in the AMA, it would have went over so much better. It would have went over so much better. Even if they still wouldn't answer any direct 100% concrete stuff. It would have went over so much better. Now I want to see from DICE, whenever they make a next statement, it has to be like, hey, this is not, yeah, we messed up here hard. We're definitely going to think about taking out some of these game affecting stuff out of these loot boxes and make it, it has to be something like this. But we already seen like the EA's executives coming out there where gamers need to give the loot boxes a chance. It's not pay to win. And remember, this actually could be a response. Now, it's a complete and utter conspiracy theory. Complete and utter. Don't hate me on this, but if I'm a business, I'm EA. We already had the Belgian, if I'm correct, the Belgian Commission looking in to see if Star Wars Battlefront 2 is pay to win. Not pay to win, it's gambling for kids. And what if EA got a tip or found out like, oh, this is gonna end up on like big national news, like it's being shared on Facebook of mom and dad accounts now. Like, what if Fox News, ABC, NBC, whatever picks this up, or maybe they heard like the right congressperson was gonna, or senator was gonna start investigating this. What's the easiest way to stop investigation if something is pay to win if you just can't pay for it? Like, what is the Belgian community going to do if you literally can't spend money on the system to test it? Now, EA don't even have to worry about that investigation as much because that commission currently can't even investigate it using money to see if the system feels incorrect because EA just said, like, no, you can't spend money. So this might be something bigger where EA just doesn't want their names to be the first developer to go up there and make big waves in the industry. You guys remember Night Trap and Mortal Kombat back in the day? Maybe some of you guys don't. Like the stuff back in the days, Carmageddon, the stuff that would lead the industry to have the ESRB, to lead the industry to be regulated, where games get rated. And this could have been a moment where EA saw it from their own research, from their looking online, contact with some people in the government who knows that something really bad might happen if this controversy blows up to the point that people start really focusing on this too much in the right part of law, where they don't want to be the one to have the next big crackdown on the video game industry, and they don't want to be the one to make a big crackdown on the loot box system. They don't want that to happen, because while this has happened, everybody's talking about, Star Wars Battlefront. People might forget that games like Need for Speed, the Need for Speed that I went ahead and been trying my best to play as a Need for Speed fan. I really like Need for Speed. I try, but that game feels so handicapped. It feels like the freaking system in that game is just dragged down by these card system. It uses cards as well, just like Star Wars. Everything now is cards. Every game needs to have some type of cards or loot box system. It has the cards and they have their shipments for loot boxes, and everything just seems so restricted in that game when it comes to upgrading and customizing your cards. Like, why am I re-rolling cards in a Need for Speed game? Re-rolling parts? Like, what the hell? Do I pull up to a car dealership and say I want a new muffler? That muffler is not the right color I want. Hell, here is $2. Re-roll it and see what color you get now. Like, I'm just like, obviously it's not one-to-one, but that's what I'm trying to say. It's not how you shop. You pull up to the car dealership like, I want that one. Oh, you don't have it in stock? What's the nearest store in your branch that has it? Oh, it's in Meadowmere somewhere? I don't know, some native town? Okay, I'll drive over to Meadowmere. Oh, Meadowmere doesn't have it? Oh, too bad. Then I'll buy it online. I don't spin the slot wheel and hope I get the one I want. That's not how car games have been in the past. That's not... It's, the baddest thing about this is EA has franchises that a lot of gamers love. I don't think there's really big EA fanboys out there, but they have franchises that people know and love. They have the Maddens, they have the FIFAs, they used to have NBA games. Alright, not be mean. They have the Need for Speeds, they had Mass Effect, but they just are not managing their portfolio in the best possible way for the future of this company, for gamers being loyal and be willing to just instantly pick up their games. Like, less and less over the last generation. I don't know if I've been affected by this in a way. I've bought less and less EA games. It just has it just has been how it's been. I've just been buying less and less EA games. I didn't even buy Need for Speed. I got it free from somebody to check it out, and I was like, I just got into a position where I was like, I feel like I need to buy a shipment to get the parts I need for this car. The parts for this car cost so much money, even when I get the cards, that I don't feel like I have enough money to buy a car I want from. Like, are they really trying to push me right now to buy the shipment just to get what I need? And I was like, whoa, I don't want to feel like that. I don't want it to play with my mind, and that's what they want. They want it to be a psychological, they want it to be up in your brain. Like, if I just bought that shipment for $2.99 or $1.99 or whatever it might be, you could get something good from there. You don't have to go ahead and do a bunch of races over and over to get a few credits and hopefully get a card that gives you the engine part you want. Oh yeah, when you open a shipment, you get a horn. Oh my God, a custom horn. They have loot boxes with horns in them, guys. Horns, like the horn for your car. So while we be happy about this statement, remember, FIFA's still out there. This new Need for Speed is still out there. EA's not moving away from us being services. Like, we are servicing them with our wallets. That's how I put it, guys. We are the service. It's us are the service. We are servicing them. It's not the game as a service. We are the service. We are pulling out our wallets and giving them EA shareholders $1 for every microtransaction loot box at a time. And every game that EA puts out is going to have these slowly but surely. And you know what? I'm not mad at EA. Company got to make their money, but they just got to be respectful of us as gamers. Don't try to tell us it's because they're trying to make us feel accomplished or save us time. It's player choice. That is bullshit. It's not player choice in that situation. It's only player choice if it's all cosmetic, in my opinion. If it affects gameplay, it's not really player choice in that way. Like these are the type of things you see in free-to-play and mobile games where people are more okay with that, because if you really legitimately built the game in the correct way that you could not spend money, then okay. So, even though I had the Star Wars poster up there, wherever, right up there, not buying Star Wars Battlefront 2, I'm going to keep on looking up on it, see how this changes, and I'm hoping that EA goes ahead and do their justice to make this game the best it possibly can for everybody out there who wants to spend their money. So for everybody buying this game tonight, I wish you well. For everybody who else is going to be holding out until we know the full statement and know everything that could be great with this game, if they go ahead and just make it cosmetic or just completely take out the loot boxes altogether out of the game, I would be unbelievable if they just moved it. If they removed it completely, oh, that would be so sweet. That would mean that us as gamers have more power than I ever thought with our voices. Truthfully, if somehow EA completely removes it, I would be stunned. But that's my rant for today. I'm out of here. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Pay to win stuff is tricky. And I hope some of you guys really do keep on looking at this. Like, not only me, look up the starter pack, look up some of the other microtransactions, check if EA actually removes this from all types of retail stores. They recall this, because no matter what anybody says, no matter how good it is, get a head start in the the battlefield. It gives you improve your defense. It gives you an advantage. This is a pay to win advantage right here. And until this is as well removed from sale, there is still a method for gamers who have more money than you to buy their way into an advantage in a $60 retail video game. And that's where it gets tricky. Peace out. Share your own opinion in the comment section below. I definitely want to know what you guys think. If this was a response by EA to potential legislation from the government intervening and looking into what's really going on here, or do you really think this is EA caring as a company saying like, okay, we really have to make sure that this game is awesome for all players? Or maybe this was something from Disney. Disney was just kind of tired of their names being attached to bad press. I don't know. I don't know, but it makes me think. It definitely makes